We're live, god damn it. Yeah. So past couple days, ironically, I guess probably not even ironic, but coincidentally, when I posted the video about the matchup yesterday between Derek Lewis and Fabricio Verdum, a bunch of other matchups got released, specifically for UFC 216, UFC 217. And I was looking at them last night, and I didn't want to make a fucking separate video for every goddamn matchup. So I decided right now I'll just do a little quick recap: UFC 216, UFC 217 of the official fights that are confirmed so far. I'm not gonna do all the fights, but I'm gonna do the significant ones, the popular ones people know. Obviously, as the fights get closer, we'll break down everybody, the new guys, everything. Then we'll do the fights live, blah blah blah, all the typical shit we're always gonna do. But instead of releasing all these matchups separately, I'm just gonna do a quick fucking recap of them. So, UFC 216, the main event has not been released yet, but the co-main event right now is Tony Ferguson versus Kevin Lee. Who's gonna win that shit? That's a good fight. Kevin Lee's just got up in the spotlight, but Ferguson's been knocking on the title door for a while, so Ferguson should win. Maybe. We'll see. Who's next? Who fights before they do? It's Beneil Dariush. Probably butchered my man's name, but he's a beast. He's fighting Evan Dunham. It's a good matchup, two tough guys. Similar styles, good grapplers and good strikers, but I think Dariush is a little bit tougher. He's younger. We got Will Brooks. Oh, shit, low bat. Will Brooks. Will Brooks, or Will Brooks, whatever you want to say. Beat up a friend of mine here locally, back in the amateur divisions, way back when, like 6-7 years ago. But he's fighting Nick the Carney Lentz. It's another good matchup. Nick Lentz is a tough dude. It's going to be a difficult matchup for anybody fights, so I think that's a good matchup since Will lost his debut. So maybe it wasn't his debut, but I know Will Brooks lost recently in the UFC. So that's a good matchup for him. We got Talis Leites and Brad Tavares throwing down the 185-pound division. Both dudes are pretty much at that gatekeeper style situation. I just had one viewer and they instantly left. Pretty sure it was my girlfriend. She's a hater. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, Talis Leites and Brad Tavares 185. Phenomenal matchup. Two gatekeeper guys, pretty much just fighting to stay in the top 10 and get paid these days. Neither one's going to win a world title. This is Leites' second UFC run. It's a good fight, though. Pretty much basic grappler versus striker. Talis Leites is the superior grappler, and Brett Tavares should have the superior striking. Yeah, Wu-Tang for life. Goddamn, Mauricio says nice shirt. He knows. He knows, goddamn it. And then the last fight I'm going to cover on 216, we got Bobby Green making his return finally versus the very tough and talented Lando Vannata, who made his UFC debut probably a year or two now ago on like 2 weeks' notice or something against Tony Ferguson, and went to war, dropped a couple times, lost because Tony's a beast, but went to war. Lando's a very tough dude, so it's going to be a great fight watching him and Bobby throw down, because Bobby's going to taunt him hands down. It's going to be a good striking matchup. Death Row Gaming in this bitch. Yeah. Gotta go peep his channel, watch him kill some goddamn zombies. All the zombies in this bitch. Killing them all with young Brian. My internet's shit, so I don't get to play it on the internet with him no more. It's unfortunate. Anyways, on to 217. Don't want to make this video forever, just a couple matchups. 217 main event. GSP making his return for the 185-pound title against Michael Bisping. Rip. Death Row Gaming. Yeah, I know my internet's rip. They'll be here on like the 29th or something to fix it. I guess they couldn't come for like 2 weeks. Crazy. Mediacom's fucked. Anybody listening? Fuck Mediacom. Anyways, Bisping GSP. It's an odd matchup considering GSP's never fought at 185 in the UFC, and he's coming back after a long layoff. And in his last 3 bouts in the UFC, he took more damage than his whole career. So I don't know if GSP really has the drive or if he's looking for a payday or what. But the matchup to me says that the new UFC owners are 100% looking for the money fights, because they didn't make this matchup until after they watched Tyron Woodley fight Damian Maia. And all the casual fans thought it was a snooze fest. So they're not going to match up GSP with the snoozer, because GSP is notoriously known, like, with casual fans as a snoozer. So of course they wait till this fight they wait till the Tyron Woodley fights, and they're like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna pick Bisping obviously, because he's not just gonna lay on him or run away. So it's definitely a money fight when it comes to the promotion standpoint, but I'm not sure where GSP's mind is in this whole thing. But it's an interesting matchup nonetheless. Co-main event, Another interesting matchup. We got Cody Garbrandt, the young stud, just dog walked Dominic Cruz against TJ Dillashaw, the goddamn snake, Team Snake, Killashaw. I really like that matchup. It's interesting to see because I'm still, even though Cody danced all over Dominic Cruz, I'm still not sold on the hype train. I think Dillashaw is going to beat him. I think Cruz was a little bit injured with his fucking shit in his feet, his plantar fasciitis, whatever. I think he wasn't himself, and I'm not saying Cody couldn't beat him regardless. Cody might beat him if they fight again, but I think TJ might have it for him. He's a lot less wiry and untraditional, I guess. He's a lot more clean with his entries and escapes and everything. He's not the complete fighter that Cruz is, I guess, but I think his style, they say style makes it fights, I think his style can be very good against Garbrandt. Anyways, I'm rambling. Before that, this one just got released yesterday. We got Jorge Masvidal taking on Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Will Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's kicks be able to keep the tough Masvidal on the outside? I don't know. Masvidal is a very crafty dude, and it seems like everybody he fights he gives problems to, so we'll see. Before that, we got Johnny Hendricks versus Paulo. Butcher his name. He's Brazilian. It's Paulo Borrachina or some shit like that, but he's a beast. He's that super jacked dude that just beat Adewale Bangbos in their last fight. Super jacked 85er monster. He's undefeated. One of my favorite guys fighting right now, so that's a good fight. And then before that, we got Alexei Oleinik versus Curtis Blades in the heavyweight division. Typical grappler versus striker, but Curtis Blades young, a hungry dude. He's on a win streak, I believe. Oleinik's on a win streak, undefeated in the UFC, I think. Phenomenal grappler. Got a goddamn Ezekiel choke from bottom mount. He's slick as fuck, so that's another good fight. And then the last fight I'm going to cover, UFC 217, Corey Anderson is fighting lame-ass Patrick Cummins. So, there are 1 or 2 fights on those cards, both separately. So probably 3 or 4 fights total that are also confirmed, but they're just not, they're not star power-filled names, I guess, or most casual fans won't know them, so I'm not going to go over them right now, because we will do that when we do breakdowns and shit. But that is it, guys. All the new matchups, UFC 216, 217, not happening for a while. We got Conor McGregor Mayweather coming up next, and we will be covering this shit live. Be water, homie. Bruce Lee. Yeah, what's up, guys? Just Guy today. It's just me. Check out my sparring clips. We keep telling you, you gotta send us the link, man. You gotta just send me a link right now when the video's uploaded, because when we do a live video, the comments don't stay. The comments don't stay when we end the video, so we don't know. We gotta wait till you comment on the end of the video with a link to your clips if you want to watch them. And Mauricio wants to know my thoughts on Kevin Lee versus Tony Ferguson. God damn it, I didn't want to do any predictions or thoughts on this. But now B Waters asking the same thing. Alright, I'm not going to break it down because we do specific videos for this, but I will tell you I think Tony Ferguson should win the fight. And I'm definitely not sold on Kevin Lee yet. I'm not a fan, but his grappling against Michael Chiesa was very, very impressive, because Chiesa's no slouch on the ground. So that's a very interesting aspect I see going in this fight is will Kevin Lee's ground game be able to hang with Tony's, because on the feet Tony's got the clear advantages. He's longer, he's more experienced, he's got more weapons. But if Kevin can get him down and control his back like he did with Chiesa, it might be a different story. But I think Tony's just too crafty. He's got too many different weapons. Even on the ground, he's got too many weapons. What the fuck is up, Jake Troy? Nah, shit, just trying to do these goddamn things. I was going to end this shit after like 5 minutes, but if y'all want to talk, I'm down to talk to you guys. I like you guys. I'm very upset, though, because I left my water in the house. It's unfortunate, but it's alright. Ain't nothing wrong with a little fasting. Yeah, I think Tony Ferguson, right now anyways, the fight's a long ways away, but right now, I think Tony Ferguson should dominate the fight. I think Tony beats him, but Kevin Lee is still a beast, says Jake Troy. I don't even like Kevin Lee at all, to be honest. And the win over Chiesa did look effortless, and I was very impressed with his back control, because Chiesa is a very high-level jiu-jitsu player. So Kevin Lee showed everybody that if he gets your back, you better watch out. But I don't think he can get Ferguson's back. I think Ferguson's too crafty for him. His ground game's too slick. He's too tough. He uses too many elbows. I think it's going to be a bloodbath with mostly Kevin's blood spilling. He's very strong for a 55er. I think it says Jake Troy. For Kevin Lee, I agree as well. B Water homie says, I think they make Tony versus Lee because Conor didn't want to fight Khabib. I don't think that's the case at all. I think Khabib doesn't want to cut weight, or he can't make weight, whatever it may be, and nobody, like I was saying earlier with the new UFC owners, they made the GSP fight against Bisping solely for money, because GSP versus Woodley is not going to sell as high. That's why they watched Woodley versus Maia first. So it's all about money at this point. And then not a lot of people, I don't want to talk about that Mauricio, I'll get to Khabib versus Barbosa next, but not many people are paying to see Khabib versus Tony. Not a lot of people want to see that fight because not a lot of people like Khabib's style unless you're like balls deep into grappling or MMA, whatever it may be. So yeah, but I know Conor doesn't want to fight Khabib, but he's not going to fight Tony either. You got to let me finish before you comment, you son of a bitch. Anyways, the money fight for the contender is going to be Kevin Lee. He's got the star power right now, young, attractive kid, nice physique. Outspoken now. Him and Tony's a fucking killer. So that's the fight to make. Nobody wants to watch Khabib, unfortunately. You don't have to be sorry. You can comment as much as you want. I'm a son of a bitch. Yeah, comment more. I'm a son of a bitch. But fuck, keep losing my train of thought. Yeah, so I don't think Conor's gonna defend his 55 belt ever. He always rises to the occasion when he has to overcome something. When he has adversity. This is why the Floyd fight's so interesting. My dog's barking, pissing me off. But so there's a reason he's never defended any of his belts, and there's a reason he didn't do so well against Nate the first time, because he was supposed to win that fight. Conor doesn't do well in fights that he's supposed to win. Conor's not going to fight Paulie over either, Mauricio. I've broke this down 100 times. It's a dumb fight for him. He's going to lose. He's not going to make as much money. He's going to be 1-0 in boxing against the best ever. Why would he risk a fight against a bum? And the Nate Trilogy fight's risky for him too. I don't think Conor's going to fight anybody again at 155. I think the only fight he takes is a 170-pound title fight. I don't think he's ever going to defend his belt. Yeah, and Paulie is a cuck. Fuck Paulie. Paulie talked all that shit before the camp, and then all of a sudden thought they were going to be cool. Exactly. B. Water Homie said maybe Conor goes for the 170-pound title. That's what I think. I think that he either fights Tyron Woodley for the 170-pound title, or somehow the new organization, the new owners, weasel Nick Diaz into a title shot where he beats Tyron Woodley, and then they can set up Conor McGregor versus Nick Diaz for the 170-pound title. Very unlikely, but that's what I would like to see, and I'm almost certain that Conor will be fighting for a 170-pound title before he defends his 55-pound belt. So, and I think the UFC might know that, so the Ferguson-Kevin Lee fight makes more sense because they don't really care about the #1 contender because Conor's not coming back for a while anyways. So right now it's just about making money while he's gone. And that's the money fight. Khabib's not the money fight, unfortunately. Mauricio wants to know who wins between Khabib and Barbosa. Bisping, just gotta do that next. Barbosa and Khabib. My partner, who's usually here, but I just did this on my own. He's at work or something, I don't know. But he is a huge Edson Barbosa fan. And I've been big on Barbosa ever since he outstruck Anthony Pettis for 3 rounds. He's probably got the most high-level striking all together in the division, probably, but he can't stop the takedowns, and his jiu-jitsu's always been lacking. So I think he's pretty well fucked against Khabib. Unfortunately for Barbosa, it's a bad matchup. GSP Bisping, bad matchup for GSP. He has been out of the game for a very long time. His last 3 fights, sup? Oh, Adrian, what's up? Hey, Adrian, whatever your name is. Nick always says it. I don't understand why I spell it like that. I can't send the link here. I know you can't. You gotta wait till the video's uploaded. Otherwise, I believe you can message our channel. I think. I don't know, but you should be able to. And yeah, you can't post the link while the video's live. You gotta do it after, I believe. But anyways, GSP, long layoff. His last 3 fights, he took more damage than the rest of his career combined. So I think it's a bad matchup. He's fighting a bigger man who's got very good boxing and very good takedown defense. Nobody has really been able to hold Bisping down for a long period of time. He always gets back up. He's actively working off his back all the time. I think it's a bad matchup for GSP. Well, it just says Thadrian. I don't know. That's what it says. T-H-A. I think Bisping has a good chance. I think Bisping's going to win. I think Bisping finishes him probably. I think Bisping's boxing is going to be too much, and he's too big. I think GSP's already taken too much. Thadrian? Well, that's what I tried to tell Nick your name was Thadrian, and Nick told me it was pronounced Hey Adrian or some shit like that. Well, thank you, Thadrian. Nick's been misinforming me. Misinforming me. If GSP doesn't pull out something new. Even if he does, I just think he's taking too much damage and had too long to lay off. Justin Gaethje versus Eddie. Who wins and how does Justin Gaethje's style versus top 5? I think Justin Gaethje beats Eddie because he's got Eddie's style from about 5 years ago without the leg kicks. Very tough, and he's going to bang on you, and he's going to take your shots until you quit. And I think he fares very well against anybody in the division at this point. I played EverQuest for 10 years as an assassin. Thadrian was my tune's name. Oh, well, see? That makes sense. But now I know, and I'm going to have to learn Nick on your name. But Gaethje should beat Eddie Alvarez. He's just too tough, and Eddie's too far of his prime. Justin's in his prime right now. He's young, he's tough, he's hungry. And as for the top 5 of the division, I think he does really well until he runs into somebody like Khabib. And in the next few years, probably like 5 years from now, he's probably going to start getting knocked out a lot like Chuck. Because right now, his chin's right up there and he's just taking punishment and getting down. And that's cool and all when it works. And we've seen it. We've seen people do it. But eventually, you're going to get clipped. Look at Robbie with Tyron. Eventually, you're going to get clipped and you're going to go down. You can't. That style never, ever lasts forever. So, I think right now is Justin Gaethje's best chance at climbing the ranks. I think the longer he waits to get into the title picture, the worse it's going to be for him. The other question was Amanda Nunes versus Valentina Shevchenko. Valentina Shevchenko won the first fight. And this fight is now 2 rounds longer. So, Tony is fighting Kevin. I missed what you said. Thoughts on Bigfoot fighting? Oh my god, you guys are killing me. So, Thadrian, right now it looks like Khabib is going to be fighting Edson Barbosa. So, I've covered a lot of stuff in this video. Hopefully you go back and watch it. I'm going to keep trying to go forward and not backtrack because I got to end this. It's supposed to be done like 10 minutes ago. But I think Nunes is fooked against Shevchenko because she lost the first fight. She hits like a tank, but Shevchenko is such a high-level striker that it's hard to land clean on her. And she has the far superior grappling. I mean, not far superior. Nunes has some good chokes. But Jake Troy, I'm pumped for Masvidal Wonderboy as well. But Shevchenko just tapped, what's her name, with an armbar clean in round 1. I'm blanking right now. But I think Shevchenko won the first fight in 3 rounds, and now it's a 5-round fight, which I think is even better for Shevchenko. I think she wins decision or even finished her with a submission late in the fight. Because we've seen time and time again that Nunes' cardio is lacking. Masvidal is your boy. Masvidal's a beast. Yeah, Juliana Pena. Mauricio knows. Jorge Masvidal. Of course, I love Jorge Masvidal. Yeah, I hear you, Mauricio. You're right. But, yeah, I was watching Jorge fight on Street Fights against that big black dude that used to hang out with Kimbo. I was like 10 years old, wasn't watching, and I was watching like Forrest Griffin, and this little skinny dude with a ponytail was fucking dudes up in Street Fights, and then it came out like probably like 5 or 6 years ago that it was that Jorge when he was fighting in Strikeforce, and I was like, or maybe when the UFC bought Strikeforce, and I was like, what? No way. Alright, I've covered a lot of fucking fights on this. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the shit. These are always way better when you guys come and ask questions. I am free all day today, so I'm going to see if Nick wants to do something later tonight so we can answer some more questions. You guys got any topics you would like us to cover tonight? Or even I might make another video. We got an OG Fighter of the Month video coming out soon. I'm almost done with our second Prospect of the Week video. So we've got 4 or 5 videos coming out soon. What about Bigfoot? Didn't he just get knocked dead? Big Blubby. Be Water homie. We have a video coming out. I guess it's not about that, but we did talk about in our last live stream. We talked about the 8-ounce gloves and what effects it has. Just a couple quick things. I'm not gonna go into detail. Anything but the Conor fight. So tired of hearing about that. I'm ready for it though, with Adrian. That's where it's at. It's not a sideshow. It's very interesting. But 8-ounce gloves. Conor's gonna be faster. Conor's gonna hit harder. Floyd's gonna have less protection. But I don't know. For me, it looks like it's all in Conor's favor when it comes to those gloves. Just want to be over and back to MMA. I feel you with Adrian. I love the matchup, but my problem with it is we haven't had any fight cards since Moreno Pettis, and it was a great card when it came to finish stuff. But when it came to star power, it was lacking. Nobody wanted to watch it. I'm sure the numbers didn't do well. Floyd will hit harder too, homie. Oh, I agree 100%. But Floyd's had multiple hand surgeries as well. That's something you got to realize. And a lot of people say that Floyd doesn't have knockout power, and he doesn't anymore, but He's gonna let you know. There's a reason Canelo didn't just walk him down and pound his face in, because the counters that Floyd hits you with, you're like, oh shit, if I just let him tee off him, he's gonna put me down. He's hitting you with stiff, hard shots because they're so damn precise. And we already seen with Conor, precision beats power. But when all it takes is one shot, and you're gonna give the heavy-handed man less padding, and in boxing you're gonna have harder punches because you can wrap your hands different. You can tape your knuckles in boxing where you cannot in MMA. Oh, you're a Triple G homie? You're gonna hate me. I got Canelo. Me and Nick broke it down. I think Canelo's got him. Do you think Conor will ever fight again if he wins? I think he is done and will become a promoter. I think that's a very smart assessment, and he will become a promoter either way. But I think he will fight again, probably like once a year, or he's probably gonna take the Floyd Mayweather route, where he fights once a year, twice a year, just to keep stacking his money and not take any damage. Conor's been saying since before he beat Jose Aldo that he want to make as much money in this game and get out. He's not in this game to ride his legacy into the fucking sunset on his shield. He's here to make money, get out, be set for life, and that's what he's doing. I think the only way he fights MMA again is if he fights for the 170-pound title. What time is it? What time is it? Yeah. Alright, guys. My son gets out of school in like 10 minutes. So drop some comments in the shits, and me and Nick will do a video later. And fucking B. Walters, send the goddamn link. Yeah.